Hey everyone, first video of the channel. I'm gonna try to make a bow out of this piece of wood that I recently cut it. If you're new into this, I'm gonna make a little introduction on what you're gonna have to do. First is to mark the center with anything like this. Here we go. As you can see, the wood is marked. This part's gonna be the handle. The entire piece of wood has 194 centimeters. I mark right here at the middle and put 5 centimeters of the marks in the handle, so it's basically a 10 centimeters um, handle of the bow. Now I'm gonna cut the backwards part that I think is gonna be this one, and you're gonna follow all the process. Here's the beginning of the process. I'm just flattening the bow with the axe, and I notice that I marked the marks were wrong. I didn't put them very right, and I'm probably gonna have to make some fixes and mark it again. Anyways, part of the process. Let's keep going. As you can see, I did a little bit of working. I decided to cut off the handle because I messed up and I really couldn't fix it. And I think I'm gonna do a little bit more rounded than I was planning, instead of a flat bow, more like a English longbow or something. Considering it's a very tall wood, I might be able to do something like that. Um, I'm not new into bow making. I already tried a lot, broke a lot of wood stuffs. Mostly didn't work out. I did one that actually was good, but after a long time it just broke it. And now I'm trying to making something better out of it, and I hope it works. I did a little bit of work at the bow, and this is how it's becoming. It's flexing a little bit, but probably not enough. I'm gonna try to bend in a tree to see what happens. Usually I just put in this little space between the trees and starts to bend a little bit to see how it's going. I did the bow very long, so it's less risky to break. Here. And now I see where I have to work out a little bit more. As you can see, it's bending very good at both sides. As I curve, the curve is linear and all the way through the wooden staff. Let me show you the other side. Go. It's bent nicely, I think. Now I have to dry the woods and see how it goes. Now I have to dry it out, the wooden stave. You usually just can use a campfire for do so, but I have a burning wood stove that I'm gonna use for such task. Just have to take it out right there, dry the wood, and I hope it will be work. Basically the fire just started. I put the wood stave right above the stove, and I can adjust to be a little bit closer. I think I'm gonna do that. Maybe open this part open up and try to dry it out the wood. I just improvised a little system right here with those two things. I forgot the name in English. And as you can see, all the fire is drying the wood. I make sure the wood stave is close enough to the fire, but not close, but not way too close for the risk of the wood burning. And what I have to do now is let it dry a little bit here, then do the other side and choose another part to dry and dry a little bit. It's a slow process, but I think it's worth it. Actually, it's basically very necessary. And see how it goes. Something I forgot to mention is that you can weight the bow before trying to dry it out, and after the drying process you can check it out its weight again and see how much moisture you take off the bow, because once the wood is dry it's gonna be lighter, but for some reason it's not working right here. So I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna pick the bow with my hands, weight myself, and then after I'm gonna took off the bow of my hands and weight myself again to see how much weight it adds or it vanishes from the balance. Checked it out and saw that this bow has a kilogram and 800 grams, so I'm gonna check it out after drying to see if it gets lighter. Now I just carved the place of which the string shall be put in both sides. I'm gonna string the bow and see how it goes. Put the string and realize that this side is bending more than the other. I'm gonna have to fix it. Try to carve a little bit more at this side and see if it's gonna work. I just carve a little bit of the bow, put the string on it, and it seems to be fine, I think. Now that I realize it might be one thing or two a little bad, or that I should work out a little bit more, and I think I'm gonna put right here. Here we go. I can't do it with both hands, so I just have to cut it a little bit. I think I just finished the bow right here, and it's my first video testing it. I have a little pair of arrows right here. It's not perfect, it's not professional, but it is what I have at the moment. The fetchings are just paper. I know it's kinda weird, but I didn't think in anything else because I don't have any much resources, so it may not fly very well, but at least I have to see if the bow is working just fine. Yeah, it flies straight, not very powerful. I don't have anything to measure the limbs, no, the poundage, but it's not very powerful. It's not a war bow or anything close to that. Taking consideration that those arrows are kinda heavy, maybe if I pick some lighter arrows it would work much better, but it is what I have at the moment. Yeah, they're not flying very well, and they not go very far, which is bad, I think. Let's see. Maybe it will work for small game hunting, but anything like that, or just some little practice shooting, nothing more, nothing less. I'm not very satisfied. I really wish to do something like a heavy bow, not necessarily an English longbow or heavy war bow, but at least something more powerful that I could practice a little bit more with, something more close to what it is to shoot with a real bow. But it is what I have at the moment. Just one sec. Arrows flew right over there from this distance. I think it's like 10-15 meters. This one, the fletching is broke, but they're kind of heavy, the arrows. Maybe if I fix the fletching or pick some lighter arrows, it would fly a little bit better, but I think it is for the moment. It seems to be working. Let me see something else right here. Yeah, it's not very yeah, I should fix probably this draw length right here, make the string a little bit shorter, and it probably would shoot best. I'm gonna try that right now. Now it's a little better, I think. Yeah, much better. I will try to shoot it again. Second test. Let's see if it shoots better. This one is a little heavier than the others. Right here. Yeah, much better. Yeah, this little adjustment seems to be working. The arrows are not perfect, they don't have any weight at the tip. I didn't put any arrowheads, and the fletching is very ugly and poor. I don't think that's worth it, but it is what I have at the moment. If I make better fletchings and put some weight at the arrow tip, it probably would it would fly much better, especially if I use lighter arrows. Yeah, they don't, they do like, they go straight, and sometimes the wind just hit and they do that instead of this. They just like, I have to probably fix the arrows, but the bow itself is fine. That's a craftsman channel, but basically I hope you like it and enjoy all the process. I'm probably gonna do some more stuff, show some stuff that I already created. So if you like those types of things, especially medieval things such as archery, crossbows, and those in the realm of medieval stuff, you're probably gonna like my channel. I like to create stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you soon. Here we go.